Hey, this your girl Michelle.
This is Mariah, also known as Mariah Amazing.
And Una, hey.
Hey everyone.
Hey y'all, you are tuned into Melanin Voices.
Welcome.
What's up? What's up?
Did you guys miss us last week or what?
Wait for a response.
Wait for a response. But yeah, so we didn't get to speak to you guys about the event that we hosted last week, us being Melanin Voices, but Una did on behalf of Melanin Voices, and we had an event called Into the Light, which was an event regarding suicide prevention and awareness, and that was me and Una's first event on a sensitive topic. So, I wouldn't say first event because we did the watch party, but that was like our first event on like a serious topic.
Yeah.
You know, do you want to speak about the experience?
I thought I was gonna be more emotional earlier on, but I held it together pretty much the whole show, except when Candace told her story, and I was like, oh, I just lost it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't take it no more. And then this artist, I forget the last artist's name. I think her name Jasmine.
It was Brittany.
Brittany. She has a really beautiful voice. And she's so she seems so humble, and I don't know, her singing made me cry. It was a really good event though, and I hope that I hope that Candace continues to put it on because it was really good. Yeah. Raising awareness about suicide and mental health. Yeah.
Exactly. Well,
Michelle, how was your trip?
Right. Oh God, no.
Let's move on so we could have this conversation.
She about to tell y'all that the food was trash, but go ahead.
Which is ridiculous, but okay.
So we're done talking about Into the Light. Mariah didn't even talk about her experience. So no, Una, we are not jumping to me. We will jump to this during Unadish. I will cut you off at Unadish.
All right, fine.
Okay, perfect.
But
well, yeah, Into the Light was really good. Like Una said, it was very emotional because every artist had their own experience due to suicide. So the entire event was very, very emotional, and I don't know, I just felt very humbled to be in that space. That they wanted to share that with everybody. And every artist was really good, down to the poets, to the rappers, to the singers. It was just a good time. I enjoyed my time there, and I met some really nice people too. So that was good. I actually have a couple Black businesses we can shout out on future episodes, so that's nice. So I would do
that's good.
Honestly.
Well, I'm happy you guys did it. I wish I could be there, and I hope my spirit was there. It was there.
It was there, girl. You felt it. Okay, Giggle Bunch.
Sorry.
I know, Giggle Girl. Anyway,
what you about to say, Michelle?
Anyway, I'm just, I had a crazy week, and yeah.
What made it so crazy?
Well, one, my husband went back down for surgery. He recently tore his ACL and meniscus, and he went back to physical therapy, and then they told him that it wasn't fixed all the way, so he had to go back under. So taking care of a baby and an adult is very, very hard. So,
but don't you do that anyway, though?
No, I guess you get help from him. He can't do much because he can't walk. So, it's a little different. But yeah, he's pushing through, and he's almost feeling better. So, he tore it a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he just now got it fixed. But I'm happy he got it fixed because we got a lot of stuff happening and going on. So,
yeah,
he'll be fully recovered and be back to normal.
Yeah, I'm glad he got that taken care of. You know how some Black men are with going to doctors and stuff, so that's good.
Over a year ago, so I know how they are.
Yes.
Well, I'll keep in my prayers. Hope he has a speedy recovery.
Thank you.
Oh, that was nice. Sorry.
Bye, Una.
Sorry.
But yes, you guys. So elections are coming up, and I think that we all should vote if you think your vote counts. I know I feel like I haven't had a conversation at our last event that me and Keisha threw. Shout out, a shameless plug. We had a Halloween party, and one of the guests there was like, yeah, I don't think my vote counts, so I ain't voting. That shit's dumb. And I was just like, okay, well, you know, we just got to this, like, not debate, but more so like a discussion about why he felt that way. And we kind of went deeper into like the history of voting and black people getting the right to vote and all that stuff. And it was a really insightful conversation. I got to hear the side of somebody who doesn't feel like their vote matters. So it was cool to have like a healthy discussion because we weren't yelling, we weren't screaming, we were just kind of sharing our views with each other. So
that's good because I usually don't partake in voting. So, and I think it's interesting that we tell everyone to go and vote, and we are like big on it on all of our social media, and then also on Instagram. A lot of famous people, BET, all of our channels that we watch are always like, "Go vote," but no one's doing any educational sessions on
about what to vote on. I know Angela Rye had a session, but it was like I don't know if anybody really tuned into it. And I had to do my own research because I didn't really know, like, yeah, I vote, but I didn't really know what I was voting on. Like, I know what ordinances were. I didn't know what amendments were. I didn't know what the Secretary of State does, the Treasurer. Like, I didn't know what any of that was.
Or even what are they preaching? So it's like some people are really going out voting and just say, you know what, I just want to vote against the left or right side when you don't even know what each one is really going to do for you. So at the end of the day, people keep preaching like if you want to make your ancestors proud, then you need to vote. But my ancestors wouldn't vote on something they didn't even know about. And my ancestors wouldn't vote if they've been in the same place for the longest and nobody has talked about reparations. So until you talk about reparating black people, then I really don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about it. So that's my thing.
That's kind of how his opinion was too. He was just like, well, what you voting on? And I was able to like come with some facts. He was like, oh, okay. But like, that's like me just doing my education on each person. Yeah. So, but who wants to like sit there and go through that whole boo book? And, you know, they do make the jargon is very like difficult to understand. Like, can't you just say this? Like, why you gotta go to 10 sentences to say one thing? Like, I don't know. I think they make it hard on purpose so people can be discouraged to even go into the polls. Because, like, I don't know what you're saying, so why am I going to vote on something I don't know about?
Yeah, or vote blind.
On purpose.
Just vote blind. Like, oh, if you're black, you vote Democrat.
Right. Or if he's black, so you vote for him. Like, nah. Because I got to see what he's talking about. Exactly. So I would agree with you. Because that...
doing that, right? Yeah, exactly.
They do that on purpose. I definitely feel like they do that on purpose.
Every time we do that, we end up being in the same situation. In every term, we do the same thing, and we get the same results. So I see some different results, and we can talking about voting. So that's my thing.
I was just looking at us very in awe.
I'm just listening to y'all.
Just my opinion, though. I have some other stuff that I feel strongly for. So yeah, but that was that was nice. I'm happy we talked about voting.
Me too. I think so too. I think it's a healthy discussion to have. But this week I want to talk about accountability. Do either of y'all have accountability? Well, first of all, let me start off with the first question. Do you feel like you hold your own self accountable for your mishaps? So if something happens, or you make a mistake, or just anything goes on in your life, and something happens to you that you're not in agreement with, you don't like. Do you hold yourself accountable like, well, I did this, so I maybe need to fix this, versus like, I did this, but it's their fault that I did this? Or do you hold your own self accountable like the previous one I just listed?
When it comes to relationships, like friendships or romantic relationships, I try to look at how I had a part in whatever happened. Because just because I feel like that person hurt me, of course they feel like I did something, to make them feel that the way they feel, or to make them react the way they reacted. So sometimes I'll try to get like advice from other people, or I'll try to get advice from other people on the situation and see where I may have went wrong, or what I may have done that I need to apologize for. Because when you get into it with somebody, you may feel like they are the they are the person who needs to apologize the most, but I mean, it takes two. So, yeah.
Yeah, so basically you do hold yourself accountable.
Yes.
Okay. I can see that. Do you, Michelle? Do you think you do? That smile.
Take your mic off mute, girl.
Right.
I'm sorry. Thought it was off of mute. I do. I think I do more so with my girlfriends. So I think that way, I think I do it depending on our relationship. I think I'm more open to it. Like, just let me know if I'm not holding myself accountable to something, but I do try my hardest to hold myself accountable. With my marriage, I struggled with that. I struggled with that in the beginning, and we're still both working on that because we're both very strong-minded people, and we're both the oldest in our family, and everything we say kind of goes. Like, I'm used to everyone listening to what I have to say, what I want to do, and he's used to the same thing. So, just being able to say I'm sorry, or really think about what you've done and hold yourself accountable and say, I'm wrong for that. But it's another thing to be wrong multiple times on the same thing. You're not really holding yourself accountable. So accountability also means that it's not going to keep happening over and over and over again. So you can keep holding yourself accountable to your mishap, but do you hold yourself accountable to not do it again? So,
right.
True.
Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, I would say that I agree with Michelle, you guys. Like, I hate when people say sorry to say sorry. Have you ever had that happen to you?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. Like, so what? No, now I don't accept apologies unless you tell me what you're sorry for. Yeah, I apologize for making you feel this way when I did this.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm tired of that too. Like, I started to ask people, what you apologizing for?
What you apologizing for?
Not because I'm like, you don't need to say sorry, but because I want to know, what do you feel like you did wrong?
Why exactly.
Because if you don't know, then you're going to do it again, and we're just going to be right back here again. So
either you don't know or you don't care, but I need to know.
Yeah, what you sorry for? Why you sorry, B?
What are you sorry for? Yeah, because I do that when I apologize. Right. I'm sorry for doing this to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really about holding yourself accountable in that aspect. I mean, if you feel like you didn't do nothing wrong, then we don't need to be having the discussion.
Seriously. Yeah, what if you're not sorry? Then you shouldn't, I don't know, you shouldn't say you're sorry.
Yeah.
But that means you're willing to lose that relationship, possibly,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. But I do think, to answer the question that I asked you guys, I do think I hold myself accountable in that regard. I'm working on what Michelle said about letting it happen again. Because I wouldn't say I'm the oldest, but I feel as though in my family, I have an older sister who's older than me by a few years, and I have a younger sister. But I always felt like, just mentally and just how I react to situations, I am the oldest one. So in that regard, I'm just like, I get real frustrated sometimes with them, and I'll just spaz out. And I'm like, oh my bad, I'm sorry. But then I might do it again. Right. So now I'm trying to reflect okay, are you really sorry, or are you saying sorry because you want to smooth their feelings over?
Right.
So I'm working on I don't spaz out, curse my sisters out or disrespect them, that aspect, but my tone, how I say things, okay, all right, stuff like that, getting agitated very fast. So now I'm working on not getting an attitude, because you don't want nobody getting an attitude with you. So that's kind of how I been kind of realizing things well, did you want that to happen to you? No? All right then, bet. Well then, move accordingly. So yeah. I definitely feel as I've gotten older, I have minimized that to the point that I'm hoping to not do it at all very soon here. So yeah, it's a work in progress, and I do notice it, and I do try to hold myself accountable. Not try, but I do hold myself accountable when I do those things, and kind of take a step back and okay, that wasn't cool. How can I be better next time?
Right.
But my next question was, so I know there may be times where we're human and we don't hold ourselves accountable, or we don't see how things are. And like you said, you ask advice from your friends and loved ones that you feel comfortable with sharing the story to. Did you do something wrong? Is something you can change? So do you have an accountability partner that you feel comfortable speaking to often when things happen like that?
Do I have an accountability partner as far as my responsibilities? No. But
that's what I kind of wanted to get at. I feel like we haven't really gotten to responsibility, what are you supposed to do, your checklist, your goal. We haven't really gotten to that. But yes, do you have accountability responsibility wise, and relationship wise, I suppose.
No, I don't have an accountability partner for my responsibilities. But if I feel like something went wrong in like a relationship, then depending on what the relationship is, I have people that I call. But sometimes if it's the same relationship, then I've been falling back on calling people because I know how it is when you go to your friends about like a relationship and it's like, bitch, you just had the same problem with the same dude and you calling me again, kind of thing. So yeah.
Do you why do you have those people? Why have you chosen those people to be your accountability partners for relationships since you have no one for the responsibility aspect, but for relationship wise, why do you choose those people in particular?
Because they make me. They have a different way of thinking than I do, so they encourage me to think differently than I would normally, or encourage me to step outside of how I'm feeling in that moment and look at the relationship as a whole.
Gotcha.
And they most of the times are not biased just because they're my friend and should have my best interest at heart. They're like, no, you were wrong for what you did to her or whatever, or him, or however.
Mm-hmm.
So because they try their hardest to be non-biased.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Michelle, do you have an accountability partner for responsibilities, like was saying, like things like your goals, your checklist, and you have one like relationship wise when you go to somebody to vent to or speak to about things? Take your mic up, move.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't understand. My baby just hurt herself, so.
Oh, Nova!
I have to run and go get her. So that's what happens when you try to start walking. You bump your head a lot. You fall a lot. So she hit her head, so it's not good. Anyway, that like drives me, like your whole mommy thing just like flowed over me. Like she needs to be like held. So. But Jeff is here, so that's good. So the accountability partner, yes, I have one, and she's my friend out here. We actually just decided to be accountability partners a month ago.
Oh, nice.
So this way we do weekly check-ins with each other. We talk about our goals, what we want to do this week, what we're trying to accomplish, and then hold each other to that. Let each other and remind each other, like, hey, your due date's coming up. How's it going with that? So we also help each other with content and like things that she's working on that I need to work on. So someone who can just come and help out with that as well, because it's always nice to have someone that's specifically there to help you build out whatever you're trying to do. So she's my accountability partner. And as far as romantic, of course, like Jeff is my big accountability partner. We're both each other's accountability partner. So we make sure that we hold each other to what we say we're going to do. And even if it takes longer than what we expect, like if it's not one deadline, just create another deadline as long as it gets done. So we even created, and I think I told you guys this before, but we also have like our 5-year plan that we printed out, and I have it on a portrait on our shelf. So we always are huge on like, all right, if we set a goal and we want to accomplish this personal, like for my personal and his personal, and then our stuff together, we just put it all out there so we can remind each other, like, remember you said this. So 5 years later, or a year later, 2 years later, or a week later, then we can look at it and say, did you do that? So
I have a couple questions for you, Michelle.
Yes.
So I want to ask Mariah's question. One, how did you choose that person to become an accountability partner?
Mm-hmm.
And two, how do you be an accountability partner without being like annoying, like annoying with it, or like without like being as matter of factly kind of thing? Like, so can you answer that for me?
Yeah, the first one, my accountability partner naturally came to me. Like it was a natural vibe that we got from each other. And it's more so like you're trying to do something and I'm trying to do something, and our hustles matched each other's. So that's why it just came natural that we were like, okay, let's help each other out. Let's be each other accountability partners. So it's not like I went to someone for it and said, hey, can you be my accountability partner? It's more so someone who's on the same wavelength that I'm on, and I think that's what helps. Is that it's not one sided; it's both sided. As far as both of us being accountability partners. And then, did I answer your question? So that's the first one, and then the second one with not being annoying, I think is self discipline. And I think I would not. I don't think I would ever. If both of you are not self disciplined, then you're not going to find the other person annoying, because if you're disciplined in what you say you're going to do, you're not going to be annoyed if someone said, "Hey, remember you said you was going to do this? Are you doing it?" And you're not going to get annoyed from it because you're saying like, "Yeah, I'm working on it," or "I'm doing it," or "You know what? I had something happen to me now, so I'm going to push my deadline to be a different date." And look at it more so in that manner instead of like, "Why do you keep asking me?" Or "I remember I said I was going to do it. I'm going to do it," and they're like, "Okay, so when?" And if you don't have a deadline, let's create a different one. So I think that's what to me, that's what it took, is like self-discipline. It was normal to me, and to the other person. So it doesn't make it annoying.
Even in your, with Jeff, do you think that it's that same, like it's not annoying when you check him on stuff or he checks you on stuff?
Honestly, with romantic, it could be annoying. It could be. Because there's some things where I want it done right away, and Jeff don't might not see it as a priority, but I see it as a priority. Then, and that's what collides with our us, because it's not like how your accountability partners be. You guys have separate goals. Jeff and I have a one goal, and it's like if we don't get one complete, we hold each other back. So whatever he sees as a priority and I see as a priority or can be completely different and can collide. So as far as that's just a stepping stone in any relationship. It's like how to work together. And if you can't do it, like sometimes with Jeff, it's like if he doesn't do it when I want him to do it, I can do it. It's just I don't want to. So that could be annoying. Very. It's like I'd be like, "Can you cut the grass?" I want the grass cut today. But he's like, "No, that's not a priority to me right now. The grass will get cut, not today." And I'm like, "I want to cut today." So I have to put my boots on and my hat and go cut the grass to make myself feel better. And it can be very annoying. Very. But it's done. And I did it.
Yeah, I always find that problem, like being an accountability partner to someone that you're like in a romantic relationship with, because you see that, first of all, you see that person more often, and second of all, like they know how to push your buttons. So, or if you like feeling lazy one day, like literally one day out the week you feel lazy, they're like, "Well, weren't you supposed to be going to do this, or weren't you supposed to be going to doing that?" So I just want to know how to, I guess it's up to me to figure out how to be an encouraging accountability partner to a person you're in a relationship with, and not like an annoying one or a discouraging one. I think that's important, because you don't want to come off like, a know-it-all kind of thing, or you don't want to annoy the other person. So that's why I asked that question.
That's a good question though, because honestly, you were both. I think at that point you have to be both each other's accountability partners. Right. Because if one person's one person accountability partner and not the others, then there's no balance.
Right.
So,
yeah.
What about you, Mariah? Do you have accountability partners?
I do. Sorry, I can't think. Yeah, as far as responsibilities and goals, I have accountability partner. That's where Mikhail comes in. She'll be like, "Didn't you say you was about to throw that one?" And I'm like, "Yeah," but like, or I'll do the same for her. So in that instance, yeah. And I don't find it, like Michelle said, I don't find it annoying. I find it very encouraging when she does that, because I'm like, damn, you're right. I was hella slacking. Let me get on it. And I do the same for her, just because, we want to reach a certain goal, and we know that in order to do that, kind of need somebody to help us have the extra motivating piece. So to answer your question about that, when you asked Michelle, do you come up as annoying? She doesn't come up as annoying to me. As far as like relationship things, I kind of agree with you in the aspect of how you don't really relinquish certain information to your friends anymore to do relationships. And I don't do it for the same reason you do it, because you don't want to bring up a relationship that you've already had problems in, and you don't want to kind of like become, for me, I don't want to dump on my friends, right? When I call them, I don't want to make it all about me. And I found myself doing that. So one thing that I do now is, as soon as my friend picks up the phone, I'm like, how are you? Like, how are you doing? Like, I don't want to, like, go into me, like, girl, this happened, how are you doing? How's everything going with you? How's your mom? How's your dad? Like, I kind of, like, try to become a person that doesn't dump on my friends. So now it's kind of made me not really tell them much. So I don't know. I'm trying to find a happy medium where I tell them stuff, but I also don't tell them too much to the point where it's like, damn, girl, you just calling all about yourself all the time, you know? Or you ever had somebody that you that they call and you're like, damn, I don't even want to talk because I know it's gonna be a whole conversation for an hour or so just about them. Like, I don't ever want to become that person. So now I make it an effort to, when I talk to my friends, I don't kind of relinquish a lot about myself. I kind of ask how they're doing and everything. So I don't have a relationship accountability partner anymore, due to the fact that I'm trying to, like, refrain from kind of dumping on my friends about my romantic interests. So
hold up, I'm confused. What? Hold up. So I'm confused with the question. Right? Are you saying? Yeah, did I miss?
You have an accountability partner for?
Because dumping on your friends is completely different than accountability partner.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't have, like, the accountability partner piece. When remember you said that you don't have an accountability partner for your relationships because you don't tell them about that? I don't tell them about that.
You don't tell them about your relationships? No. Or you don't tell them about your personal things that you want to accomplish? Because isn't...
Oh, okay. I thought we were talking about relationship, like romantic interest. Were we not talking about that?
You know, was you talking about that?
Yes.
So, it was...
I was confused. Okay, I just want to make sure we're on the same page because I'm like, oh, we're talking about dumping romantic information on our friends?
No, I said I don't have one because I feel like I would be doing that, so I don't do it.
When Mariah initially asked me the question, I answered and I told her I don't have accountability partners for my responsibilities, but I do have accountability partners for my relationship stuff.
Oh, like, okay. I missed that. My bad.
Yeah,
okay.
You were out of the room.
Yeah. So, no, to answer the question, very short and mute, I do not have a relationship accountability partner.
I would never depend on my friends about no dang relationship accountability.
No, I was saying, like, like, you know how if you get into an argument with one of your friends and you may not have seen what you did wrong, so you go to one of your other friends, like, and tell them what happened just so they can give you feedback. Not just romantic relationships, but relationships, period.
Intimate, like loved ones?
Any friendships, romantic, business. Whatever.
Okay. Perfect.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I do that.
Yeah, same thing.
I have an accountability person for that, for my relationships. That's my best friend. Before I go off on Jeff, I'd be like,
Arisha,
let me call Arisha. Am I tripping?
Yeah.
Should I go off on him? Yes or no?
My girl, yes, you tripping.
Should I wait? Nah, go off on him. Okay. And I go off as soon as he walks in the door.
Oh my god, I could hear that conversation.
And then I talk to her later and be like, "Yo, it blew up all in my face. Shouldn't have did that.
I should have went off on him that hard.
I shouldn't have did that." She was like, "Yeah, you probably shouldn't have did that."
After she told you to do it.
But I know. It's okay.
But yeah, so that was it, and that's all I want to talk about for this topic. It's very short and sweet. But that's it. Just holding ourselves accountable as we go into this new. Because year's almost over, so
it is over.
Rectifying, who your accountability partner is and moving forward from there. Mm-hmm. But obviously, your biggest accountability partner is yourself, as we all know.
Oh, that's I have the perfect quote for today. I posted on IG today.
Don't start, Una.
What?
I seen a little eye roll.
You don't like my quote from today?
No, I was like, yes! Like, you like...
Because as soon as you said that, I was like, yo, this is the perfect one. Because you said yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
So the quote is, your competition isn't other people. Your competition is your procrastination, your ego, the unhealthy food you're consuming, the knowledge you neglect, the negative behavior you're nurturing, and your lack of creativity. Compete against that. Boom.
Bam.
You is your accountability. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So fucking true. One more thing about this topic. So... Mm-hmm. A lot of the times I hear people talking about having accountability partners or people in your life who are on the same wavelength as you.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess me being the overthinker that I am, I take that as like people who are as successful as you are kind of thing. So I'm wondering, like, I'm trying to figure out how to ask this question. Let me gather my thoughts. I'll ask it at the end.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Your final thought question.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, that's it, you guys, for this conversation. For Convos with Mariah this week, I asked a really, honestly, like a very random question. Just, there was a quote that I seen that said, not a quote, but a question, rather, women, or just people in general, women, can people in general be in love without being intimate with one another? Like, can you be with somebody for a while, like 2-3 months, not have had sex, and be in love with that person? Was kind of the question that I had. And I got a lot of the women that I responded. I'm sorry, I don't have the answers to each one. I didn't save it, sorry. A lot of the women that responded were like, yeah, I fell in love with somebody. We were never intimate, but I still madly in love with them. And it's funny because the guys were like, nah, I cannot be in love with somebody I haven't had sex with. So that was interesting to me. I think one guy who was older did say that he could, like, for a more intellectual piece of the thing, but there was a younger guy around our age, maybe a little bit older, that said, nah, he can't.
That's really off to me, because you would think that it was the opposite.
Yeah, because
men don't really. They always say that men cheat. They can cheat and have no kind of connection. So, but then women cheat off of connection. So you would think, off of, I connected with this person, I'm in love with this person, that's why I cheated. So it's weird that men say no, because you know what I'm saying? Because you would think because you would think they would say, I can fall in love with someone before sex, because sex doesn't mean I'm in love with you. So it's weird. That's weird.
Well, the men said that they can't fall in love before sex because, like you said,
why? You would think they could be, unless they really catch feelings off of sex, which I feel like they don't. Which they don't. Not all of them do, because they always say, I can cheat because I just wanted some butt. Like, I don't cheat because I love that person. So that's weird to me that they would say that.
That is weird,
what I'm saying? Yeah, because
the older guy did say that. He was like,
that's why I think the older dude knew, like, okay, I can fall in love with her before I have sex with her, because I would want my dude. If anything, I feel like in a relationship, I fall in love. He fell in love with me before that, and that's why you hold out. You wait to do that, because once we do that with someone, we tend to more so fall in love with that person.
Right.
So that's weird that they said that.
It was reversed, yeah.
Yeah, that's weird, because you would think, like, so y'all falling in love with Poom Poom now. I didn't know that.
Interesting.
Oh. I don't know. Guys are weird about, like,
weird.
Sex.
They are, bruh. They are.
I feel like I don't know if it's like a discipline thing or it's just something that you feel like they feel like men need to do is have sex with the person. And I think that if they're in a relationship and they're not having sex, they just, I don't know. I think it just, I don't know. I would need to be a man. I think they just, I don't fucking
happen
know,
in this
man.
lifetime, sis.
Yeah, if I was to ask my husband, I'd be like, no, I would not fall in love with someone just if I had sex with him. Like,
right. It would
having sex with them is not my determination. Yes, exactly. I fall for them before
I didn't even see it that way until you brought that up, honestly.
Yeah, it's weird. So, I wonder who these little youngin' dudes are. Who are they?
You don't know him.
Clearly, they're not ready for nothing. Don't even mess with them. You fall. That doesn't make any sense. You should fall in love with me
beforehand. How you even want to have sex with me? You don't even. Never mind.
Easy. But, that's how they do. That's how they.
Well, you're right. They pretty much want to have sex with you before then. You're right.
But that's not a determining factor if I love you or not. Like,
definitely not a determining factor. But go ahead, more Michelle.
Oh, yeah, more Michelle. So, this week on More of Michelle is that I have been continuously working on my style shoot. I have pushed the date back for another month because I found a venue that's going to give it to me for free.
Yeah, look at God.
So, look at God. So, therefore, and I can also take my time because I'm actually trying to get published photographers. And I just got response from one today who wants to do it.
Yeah.
I'm excited. So my stuff gonna be in Mona Lucci Bride magazine. So be on the watch out. It's like I'm just playing. I'm setting the bar extra high because I'm trying to be published and I want to get printed as well. So just trying to set myself up for 2019. And of course Philly, which I'm supposed to have a phone call like today on Philly in December. Speed dating. So that's still a thing. So a lot going on in December. And just getting ready for the new year. So I guess my business advice for more of Michelle this week is just take your time on your craft. Like, it's okay to set many deadlines. Like, I've on this wavelength where my chapter of my new life chapter right now is being and becoming, and I think that it's okay to set multiple deadlines for yourself. Just make sure that you keep working on your craft and make sure that it's exactly how you want it to be, and it's going to be worth the wait.
Oh, that's very encouraging, Michelle.
So that's my more of Michelle. Go ahead, Unadish.
Okay, so let's talk about.
Oh God, no, Lord Jesus.
I don't have much to say about it. I just think I've been to several places in New Orleans, and the food is just really salty. So everything is like a pound of Morton or a pound of Obey or whatever. Tony's. I went to another Broken Egg, and I basically was Denny's to me. Like I basically went to Denny's. I might as well have went to a freaking IHOP. Like, it was not anything that I was wowed about. So it's unfortunate. Maybe it's what I got. I don't know. The bacon, it seems like they put salt on the bacon, and you don't put salt on bacon.
Bacon is usually salty, right?
Exactly, but that bacon tastes very salty. I went to Mother's.
Did you go to Cafe Du Monde or no? Huh? Did you go to Cafe Du Monde?
I went last time I was there. Okay. And it was okay, but I think it's because I went so late and they weren't fresh, and I feel like you have to get them when they're super fresh. So yeah, that's another mistake. And I went to another spot. I can't think of it, but it was also recommended to me, and it's just super, like, everything's fried and salty. So I think that's probably, maybe it's my own personal preference about food, that I think that maybe New Orleans is just not my, like, it doesn't mesh well with my taste buds. So that's probably why I didn't like the food that much, but I'm pretty sure the food is amazing.
So I'm as a New Orleanian, I have a point of view, and as a semi-healthy cook, I have another point of view. So the food in New Orleans needs to be seasoned or it's not good, period. So I guess if you're not used to that level of seasoning, it's going to be like a lot to you. And I know people, and of course I have family and friends out there who, when they cook, it's like, damn, you do have a lot of salt on there. But I know that because when I cook, I don't use as much salt. So I can understand your point of view, but I'm a little offended by your point of view, of course, you know. So thanks for sharing that.
I know. I'm sorry. It's just
I mean, it's your, like you said, it's your personal preference. You know, it's what you like. Maybe when you go out there, you need to find a health food restaurant because a lot of stuff is fried and dyed and laid to the side.
Yeah, definitely everything fried. I'm like, dang, salt everywhere. So yeah, other than that,
so I'm feeling like maybe New York food ain't seasoned enough for me.
Oh, it's perfectly seasoned. Like, oh, can you come out here? Okay, my style shoot's on the 15th.
Of December. All right, give me a little. Which airport?
Either LaGuardia or JFK. But I rather say LaGuardia because it's closer to me. But if it's cheaper for you to fly JFK, then fly JFK. Just do whatever's cheaper for you. I don't mind taking the extra drive. It's just LaGuardia is closer to my house. Okay. Or if it's like LaGuardia on the way home.
So I'll put in my request.
Look at ticket shop. I need help. Help.
Okay.
All right, girl.
Or Una. I know I'm right. Just come. And come cute. And come ready to, you know.
I don't know about that, but I can come.
No, come cute. So I can tell the photographer to get y'all some model pictures, you know?
Girl, stop it.
I can get my hair done there because they have some really good hair salons in New York.
Oh yeah, definitely. You
I've
should
been
get.
waiting.
They have a good ponytail person. I want to get a
Yes,
ponytail so bad.
I
But
want a ponytail.
my
Ugh.
ponytails be on
I love
fleek,
ponytails.
but I don't have no edges right now because this baby took all my edges. But when I do get them back, I will get a ponytail.
Okay, we're not gonna listen to that.
All right. So
what, Mariah?
We're not gonna listen to you not having no edges.
I don't, because this baby, if you're a mom, you know your edges fall out.
All the moms is all like, yeah.
For real, it's like all everywhere. They're like really breaking now. I'm like, dang.
No, my sister said the same thing when she had my nephew. She was like, oh, Lord, no.
No edges, bro.
She's like, I don't want no more kids. But that's that. What about that's all you have for Unadish? You were just trying to.
I just wanted to talk about that, and I want to encourage people to get into the kitchen this week. Try to not go out to eat one day and just get into the kitchen. And cooking is really not that hard. There are 1,016,000 recipes online. They're super easy to find. So I just encourage you guys to get it in the kitchen. And
I agree, because I'm about to get on my budget. We've been eating out too much.
Oh yeah, me too.
Because I've been tired because it's like exhausting. But I'm gonna do once a month go out to eat. So I got to get back to cooking.
That's pretty strict.
I have to go back
out a week.
No, once a month.
Hello?
Once a month. Once a month. But that just means it just sucks because trying to run your own business and have a baby and try to cook is a lot, and try to clean afterwards. That's the cleaning part is annoying after you cook. So
right.
Yeah, and I also invest. I also encourage people to invest in a crock pot too. That'll help you a lot if you're busy. And you don't have time to stand over a stove all day, 4 to 8 hours for you just store everything in there 4 to 8 hours and 4 to 8 hours and you are good to go. So I encourage people to invest in that as well.
My stomach is growling right now. I'm just gonna make me some breakfast for
every
lunch.
time we talk, you about to go eat.
She about to be time. Yes, every time. But I guess we're done with this episode, y'all. I did want to do the Black business, which is Markei events. We had a CP time Halloween party, dressed up in black film attire. Markei events is me, a friend of mine named Keisha, Marie, and we just came together to create a Halloween party. It was a CP time one, so obviously it was after Halloween, but it was cool. It was like a little house party.
I'm excited to hear about y'all's house party.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Wait, so y'all have a name for y'all? Y'all have a name?
It's called
that's why
Keisha made it up. She said Markei. I was like, oh, that's cute.
That's cute as fuck, actually.
Is it Mariah and Keisha, right?
Keisha.
So I like it, Markei.
Oh what the? Thank you, Una.
It's so cute.
No, it was pretty cute. I was like, that's cute.
That's cute as fuck. Okay, Keisha, I see you, girl. Coming up with cute shit. That's Markei. Cute as fuck.
So yeah, that was it, and it was pretty fun. Thank you all who came out. We had somebody who bought tickets and didn't even show up. So
well, thanks.
Thank you, Ashley Hackett.
Support.
I don't think she even. I tried to look her up. I think it's fake because I looked her up on Facebook and all that. There's no such thing as Ashley Hackett.
It might be Michelle. Psych.
Low key. But that was it, everybody. And make sure you connect with us and call the Google Voice number at 515-996-0299. Once again, Melanin Voices Gmail, melaninvoices1@gmail.com. Or you can visit our website, melaninvoices.com, where all the information is there. Make sure you reach out to us because we definitely want to have your, share your voice. It's Melanin Voices, not voice. So, yeah.
I'm ready to ask my question now.
You did?
I'm ready to exit. Are y'all ready to hear it?
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, your final thought.
Okay. So, like I was trying to say earlier, I hear people talk about that you should have friends and stuff that are like equally like on the same level as you. But I'm wondering, how do you get people who how do you reach people who aren't on the same level as you? Like someone who's just starting out, or someone who needs that extra kick of encouragement, or someone who just isn't there yet. How do you get how do you recommend that they get to those people who aren't on the same level as who are above? I say that with parentheses, but you get what I'm trying to say. So
I'm confused to the question.
Are you saying how do people who are just starting out get in close quarters with those who are not just starting out, who are more established?
yeah.
And ask him to be your accountability partner? Like,
No, no, no.
almost like,
No, not just accountability partners, but
Just to
to
work with
like
them.
do work with them, to
oh.
to establish relationships with them, etc., etc. Like, how do you get them to be, like friends? How do you get them to be potential business partners? Like, how do you make that connection? Because it's just so it's
Hard.
just
I
weird
know.
or hard or frustrating when I hear people, because people like always talk about don't fuck with people who aren't on the same level as you, and I get like if they are wanting to sit at home all day, but I don't understand like people who want to get there, they just can't make those certain connections, kind of thing. So that's my question.
I think, one, I'm a big advocate for mentors and how to get those, because that's what it kind of seems like. It's kind of like you want someone that's a little bit more established to build a partnership or build a relationship with them in some way, some form. And I just think it's about building a relationship, and like, what's the first thing you do when you build a relationship with someone? And I always take it back to being that kid on the playground when you were in elementary school. Like, you had no friends. How do you go up to someone, and how did you be friends with someone when you were younger? It's like, will you be my friend? Like, hey, I like, literally, I had to get on that level when I moved out here to like meet people and build relationships with people, even people who are more established than me, and admiring their work. So if it's someone you want to build a business relationship with, then that's different. Then you can do your research and like look at their work and see how and what ways do you connect with that person, and reach out to them. And just, even like, I've been lucky when I've been trying to find these published photographers and people who are like well established in the game to like give me some, to be a partner with me. They've been so receptive to me just going to them and just saying, I really enjoy your work, I like your craft, I really want to be able to partner with you, this is something, the things that I do, can we connect? Sometimes it's as simple as that. Like, literally, you have to put your, like, thinking that they are not human, because they are. And I just think sliding in their DMs or seeing them in person and just going up and talking to them and just letting them know that I see you and I admire you, they would appreciate that. And then therefore, that's like the first step of building a relationship with someone. And it could be like check-ins where you're just like, hey, I noticed you did this, that was great work. And then you'll notice that if the vibe is there, then you'll naturally connect with that person. Like, everybody's out here trying to connect and network, so you'll be surprised. That's my thing. So that's all I gotta say.
I agree.
Thanks, Michelle.
No problem.
Mariah, did you have something to add, or you just were
Nope.
coming back on?
I have nothing to say. She pretty much summed it up.
All right.
You had nothing, Mariah?
No, girl, I ain't that established this. But yeah, I agree with Michelle. Just come to them from a humble place. Reach out via DM, via email, whatever you gotta do.
All right. Well, thanks.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Well, let's get out of here.
All right, you guys. Well, have a great week and make it productive. Make it be your own accountability partner. And you got this.
All right. Yes. Get in there. Get in that kitchen, that metaphorical kitchen and that literal kitchen.
Basically.
Perfect.
Bet.
All right, you guys. Well,
All right.
later.
Bye.
Bye.